If you've ever spent any amount of time watching the vast majority of animes, then I think you would agree in the point that anime is just almost never funny. Humor, or well, at least actually funny humor, is pretty rare to find in the medium, unless the sole basis of the show is to be comedic, but even in those shows, the funniness is questionable. Most animes just don't really try to be funny, and when they do, their highest idea of comedy is usually something like, "Oh no, look, these floors are pretty wet, I hope I don't slip, oh, whoopsie, looks like I slipped, I'm falling right into this woman's comically large breasts, blah." With this being 90% of all comedy you'll ever find in anime, when you go from watching that to watching something like Jojo, it's like throwing on some Louis CK after only being able to watch Joe Rogan stand up.
Everyone after marriage is...
Jojo doesn't necessarily even try to be funny, but it just has many jokes and moments that no other series could pull off. And there's no better example of this than Part 3 of Jojo, Stardust Crusaders. Part 3 starts in 1989, a whole 50 years after when Part 2 took place, and we see Joseph Joestar going from being a badass, sexy, 18-year-old hunk to a still badass, still sexy, 68-year-old hunk that's now also a DILF. Joseph is a full-grown man at this point, even having his own kid, who we meet for the first time locked up in a jail cell. While this might seem like a tragedy for Joseph, having his only son locked behind bars, Jotaro is actually there willingly. He turned himself into the police after claiming he was possessed by some evil spirit. Hearing he's locked up, Joseph and his baby mamas both come to the jail to check up on their darling baby boy. Except Jotaro is really anything but a darling. Right off the bat, Jotaro's got his feet kicked up and he's flipping the bird to everyone, calling even his own mother a stupid bitch when she arrives at the jail.
Jotaro! Jotaro!
Shut up! Get out of my face, you bitch!
Okay.
Seriously, like, who does this guy think he is? She's really only trying to help him. God damn, I mean, I get you had a hard life and all, but have some respect for your own mother. She doesn't really seem to mind, but still, that's your mother. Stop it. Actually, Jotaro's attitude towards all women throughout the bizarre adventure is, less than stellar, to say the least.
Shut up! You're freaking annoying!
I guess the women never really seem to mind though. In fact, I'd say a lot of them seem like they actually kinda enjoy it. Yeah, Sanji needs to take some notes from Jotaro. Jotaro shows right out the gate in his first appearance that he isn't here to play games, a trait he'd go on to carry throughout the whole series. Another trait that's carried on throughout the series is Joseph's classic use of the Lord's name in vain. Every time something even a little bit out of left field happens, we get hit with a
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
I don't know why I love this line so much. I don't know if it's the way Joseph enunciates it, or the scenarios it's thrown into, or just the sheer amount of times it's used, but every time he says it, I just eat it up. Really, just the JoJo dub in general is hilarious. It's really pretty awful, like most dubs of the time period, but it has a bunch of gems that make it the good kind of bad.
I'm only playing with you. Good old Jotaro.
I didn't know how to work this one into the script, so I'm just gonna throw it next to Kakyoin and his Cherry because they both give off the same energy, but Polnareff gets his bussy eaten out by a pig.
The toilet! The toilet! There's a pig sticking its head out of it!
Like seriously, what the fuck even is this? There's a lot of perversion that goes on in Stardust Crusaders. I really hate when a character's sole basis of their role is just being horny. Like, it's just such a cop-out of a personality. But in JoJo, none of the characters are based on their horniness. They're all just really fucking horny. In one episode, Joseph gets possessed by a stand that turns him magnetic. Now being magnetic, the first thing he does is pretty much sexually assault an old lady. But with her being older and pretty lonely, she's actually kind of into it. Yeah, if being turned on by a assault is what I have to look forward to when I'm older, I'm fine with dying young. But either way, Joseph is on that Leonardo DiCaprio time, and he ain't into girls that are actually his own age, so he flees the scene, avoiding the MILF. Or maybe JILF would be the better term here? Is that even a thing? I don't know. Well, Joseph then meets up with Abdul, and there's an exchange that happens between the two that turns real spicy real quick. Like, can I even show this on YouTube? I mean, I don't know. You're a Jojo fan though, so this is actually pretty mild compared to the other type of hentai you watch. So I think I'm good, but regardless, Joseph and Abdul fuck.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs!
One episode in particular I definitely need to mention is the Jotaro cigarette episode. Honestly, this episode might be my favorite episode in the entirety of the JoJo anime. I just really enjoy the premise and how insane it gets towards the end of the episode. Something I also want to say is, while I didn't fully rewatch part 3 for this video because it's pretty long, just from rewatching the clips from this particular part in JoJo made me remember how fucking special this show is. Like, I don't mean to literally suck dick, but JoJo for a while was my favorite anime and manga franchise ever, and rewatching part 3 made me definitely remember why it was. This whole part is just great. Just something I feel like I needed to throw out there, but yeah, anyways, Jotaro, cigarettes, yeah, okay, yes. Okay, so basically, there's these two brothers who have a gay little book that predicts the future perfectly and is never wrong. So, when this gay little book predicted the death of Jotaro Joestar, the two were stoked. They then try to take any precaution possible to make sure that Jotaro meets his doom, attempting to place a bomb in his car to secure his demise. But when the older brother tries to tamper with the crew's car, he ends up getting caught by Polnareff, attempting to arm the explosives into the vehicle. So, thinking on his feet, Owingo uses his stand ability to disguise himself as Jotaro. Now, with no other way out of the situation he's in, Owingo is forced to become Jotaro himself and try to stick out his role until he can assassinate the real Jotaro. Now posed as Jotaro, Owingo is asked by the gang to do the classic Jotaro cigarette party trick that everybody loves, but obviously not being Jotaro himself, he can't pull off the stunt.
Hey, Jotaro, I'm super bored, so how about you show me that trick again?
A trick? Which one is that? What's he talking about?
The one you taught me a while back? You know, this one here.
Somehow he actually manages to pull off the cigarette trick and swallow 5 whole cigarettes while keeping them all lit and drinking juice. I guess he just has iron lungs? I don't know, but now realizing that he might be the Jotaro pictured in the book and he might be the one who's going to get blown up, he doesn't try to push his luck any longer and he hops out of the car they're driving in, running to hide behind a rock. Now out the car with the bomb and away from the gang, he's thinking to himself there's no way he could be the Jotaro that's going to die, and he's totally safe now. That is, until Polnareff pulls back around and litters an orange that's filled with the damn bomb the brothers placed into the crew's car. The orange explosive then proceeds to roll over to Owingo, killing him instantly. And that, kids, is why you never smoke cigarettes. Smoking kills.